the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, it's almost 8 o'clock and we're seeing nice, beautiful, sunny-ish skies. We have a few clouds out there. We'll have more of those later today, but it's going to be another nice day like yesterday. You may see an isolated shower or so, but more showers and storms are coming for Monday.
And coming up this morning on DC News Now, getting you closer to your destination. Major changes coming to Metro Bus tonight. How this could change and keep riders safe when on board buses late at night, and how commuters feel about it. Plus, do you consider yourself a good driver? We'll tell you the DC government might not agree. A new program aims to cut down traffic deaths by tracking the riskiest drivers on the road. And later, tensions were high during the one-year anniversary of the reversal of Roe v. Wade. We speak with people on both sides of the argument about how this issue impacts them. But of course, we start off taking you live outside with one of our live cams. This is over National Cathedral. As you can see, it is beautiful. It is sunny. The clouds have lifted. It is not foggy, but it will be hot and humid. But it could feel better than yesterday, so today I have decided will be the pick of the weekend with all my meteorological skills. Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Tosin Fakile. I anchor. So Derek, who's a meteorologist, will tell you, the weather person, it's looking pretty sunny today. Will it last, or is there rain in the future?
There is rain in the future, but even like with yesterday, you couldn't even see the entirety of the Washington Monument. You can only see half of it for the first half of the morning because of all the fog in the atmosphere. We're looking at tomorrow, where we're going to see some strong, severe storms about the region, seeing numerous strong to severe storms south of the region. That is when I get a little bit on more the nervous side of things, when you start to see that yellow or that orange come across. But we're still into the yellow color for today. That may change over the next 24 hours or so, but be weather aware, especially as you make your way to and from work on Monday. We have, of course, those showers and storms heading our way. They are currently in the Midwest today, causing showers and storms, especially between Indianapolis as well as Columbus, Ohio. They're going to see numerous amounts of storms for them today. And it's also where the center of low pressure is. They're in that quadrant there, where they're going to see, of course, a good bit of severe weather. We're going to see that low pressure north of here, so that at least is going for us. We have also a few more things going for us. Plus, we have a little bit of a dry time coming later this week. I'll have more details about that.
All right, we're looking forward to that. Derek, thank you. We have new details this morning on the search for a driver after his tractor trailer went over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel. Crews have now recovered the driver's body from the water. Officials say 36-year-old Christopher Scott died in that crash. This is video of the recovery effort. The Coast Guard says Scott's body was still inside of that truck when crews removed it from the water. If you remember, that tractor trailer crash happened on Thursday. Officials say the cause of the crash is still under investigation. And Manassas Park Police released this photo of a person they believe killed a man on Friday night. Take a look at your screen. Officials say 39-year-old Juan Zacarias is currently on the run. He's accused of killing 34-year-old Freddie Lopez. Police say Lopez was found with a gunshot wound on Polk Drive near Route 28. Investigators believe Zacarias may have left the area, but if you have any information about his whereabouts, you're asked to call Manassas Park Police. All right, let's talk Metro right now. We're covering the Metro this morning, and safety is on the minds of those who ride and drive Metro buses. Dave Laval shows us a new program that starts tonight. The goal of that program, making passengers feel more secure.
Metro buses make scheduled stops at this one and others around the DMV. But don't be surprised if they make unscheduled ones during their next trip. Currently, you're only allowed to get off a Metro bus at a designated stop. That changes Sunday night. The buses will make courtesy stops between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. Passengers will be able to get off between bus stops along the route, closer to their destination. Regular passenger DeVell Shelton is on board with it.
It's a big help, especially late at night in D.C., which is a rough area these days.
Passengers just need to notify the driver where they want to get off the bus once they board it. However, the courtesy stops will not happen along busy highways approaching intersections or locations without a curb or place of safety. WMATA, which operates the bus service, said in a news release, the program is designed to help passengers feel safer. Metro General Manager Randy Clark is quoted as saying, "The safety of every customer is important to us, and for those traveling alone at night, having the option of a courtesy stop will provide an additional sense of security." Passengers see another benefit to the new stops.
I think that's wonderful because sometimes we want to get off a little before our the actual bus stop, so I think that's great.
Metro's program is modeled after similar ones in New York, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and Austin, Texas. Limited stop and express Metro routes are not included in the Courtesy Stop program, which starts Sunday night at 9 o'clock. In Washington, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Thank you, Dave. A girl is safe this morning after seemingly being abducted in D.C. Metro Police are releasing new video of a 13-year-old forcefully being removed from a Metro bus late Friday night. Look at this video. Just before midnight, a man got onto a bus at the Anacostia bus bay. He's seen grabbing the girl as she fights back, and then she is pulled off the bus. Investigators followed this case and found the girl is safe in the custody of her parents. Officials also say there was not an abduction. In the district, targeting dangerous driving through the mail while also reducing crashes. That's the focus of a new pilot program that's part of the district's Vision Zero plan. These letters will target the area's riskiest drivers with the help of those cameras you see around town. Mariel Carbone spoke with people in the district who have mixed reactions about the program.
There's people getting killed in the crosswalks from people that are not paying attention.
For Tom Wilson, safe driving is top of mind. So he says if he got a letter telling him he's an unsafe driver,
well, I'd pay attention to it.
That's the hope. As DC begins testing the Drive Safe DC pilot program.
We think that that many drivers, and we know this from researchers, think that they are better than average drivers or safer than average drivers.
Sam Quinney is the director of the Lab DC, which is running the program. Under the pilot, the lab identified 100,000 drivers in the region who have received multiple tickets from automated traffic enforcement cameras. Nearly half of those drivers will receive a text message or a letter in the mail like this, which states your vehicle is at a high risk of getting into a crash. For your safety and the safety of others, please drive the speed limit and stop at red lights. It's not a ticket, but rather a nudge to drive better.
So the goal here is not to be punitive or not to shame drivers, but to allow people to be aware that they are putting themselves and their communities at higher risk.
Wilson thinks it'll help.
I just think it'll scare them.
But other drivers aren't convinced.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Like David Vuria.
Oh, I think it would be just a little bit just not encouraging me to drive a lot better, no.
And that was our Mariel Carbone reporting. The letters will go out in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Those receiving them will only get one letter. Then the lab will monitor those drivers for the next 12 months and see if their driving habits improve. All right, in Frederick, Maryland, a nonprofit is helping people get back on their feet. The organization Second Chances Garage specializes in refurbishing old cars for those in need. The cars usually have under 200,000 miles. Through the low-cost vehicle program, people pay less than $1,000. One woman who received a 2004 Toyota Corolla told DC News Now this is her very first car. And before getting the car, she said getting around was a hassle.
Ubers and rides from friends. Ubers are expensive. It was costing me like $140 a week, but I had to get to and from work somehow.
Second Chances Garage has given away 15 cars so far this year. They plan to give 36 away. They've given out about 350 vehicles since the organization began. All right, in just 6 days, Maryland will join 21 other states in legalizing recreational marijuana. But once it becomes legal, how will it impact workplace policies around the state? Our Skylar Salas breaks down those changes.
As the implementation of Maryland's cannabis law goes into effect soon, questions pop up about what employers can and can't do once marijuana is legal. I spoke with an expert to find out what changes will have to be made.
Employers don't know what they can and cannot do. So we thought it was important at least let people know what you can do, what some resources are, so that when July 1st comes, you can become a little bit more prepared for the implementation of adult use cannabis.
After the law goes into effect, employers can't drug test someone before they are hired and cannot conduct random drug tests on employees. However,
you could continue to prohibit use and impairment on the job and off-duty use, even if it's legal, because it's not legal on a federal basis and because it's not protected, at least recreationally, in a way that the American with Disabilities Act might protect.
Additionally, workplace behavior will be under new scrutiny.
And so that's where you have to be so careful when you are evaluating someone's aberrant behavior, to not jump the gun, to not make assumptions that you know the reason why.
You want to make sure it's a safe work environment for your employees, for your customers, for your clients, and for the population at large. You also want to minimize the possibility of lawsuit.
State legislators say they expect some challenges based on how this all plays out in the workforce, and because of that, they are prepared to consider modifications if needed. Reporting in Washington County, Maryland, Skylar Salas for DC News Now.
And a nonprofit group in Maryland is celebrating cannabis legalization by giving away thousands of viable seeds. The program is called Question 4 Seed Score. 30,000 seeds will be handed off from D.C. to Maryland at the Chevy Chase Circle as soon as they become legal at a minute past midnight on July 1st. The new Maryland law allows people 21 and older to grow 2 plants at a time. That gets increased to 4 plants if they are medical cannabis patients.
It's 8:10. It's time for your weather now. We're talking about a little bit of sunshine for today, maybe a few clouds here and there. We didn't see much rain yesterday, and it doesn't look like we're going to see much in the way of rainfall today either. We're looking at a temperature of 77, warming up quite nicely this morning. We're looking at dew points in the 60s compared to yesterday. They were in the 70s. It was very humid yesterday. We may see, of course, temperatures into the upper 80s and low 90s today. Maybe just seeing a little northwest wind at 5 miles per hour. Have a complete look at your forecast, plus showers and storms coming for your Monday.